Alright, so let's get started in making the sauce. As you can see, I have my pot on the stove here, and the pot is already heated, and then I'm going to put some good old coconut oil, 100% extra virgin coconut oil. I'm going to put some in the pot. I usually store my coconut oil in the freezer, so that's why it's kind of like hard in there. As you can see, I have to kind of break it up. So put a little bit of coconut oil in your pan and let it melt. Sure, that looks like a... I'm going to take this out. So that's how much oil I'm going to use, coconut oil. As you can see, I don't have that much in there, just a little bit. And then the next ingredient that I'm going to put in my sauce is some good old, this is like pasta sauce. So we're going to dump our pasta sauce in there. So just put the pasta sauce in there, and kind of stir it around real good. Alright, so now we have the sauce in there, and then I'm going to go ahead and add seasoning to it. I'm going to put a little bit of thyme in there. Like I've said previously, you can use whatever seasoning. So the next seasoning I'm going to put in there is rosemary. This is the seasonings that I like, so you can put whatever seasoning you want in there. I just want you to cook your sauce. Put whatever kind of seasoning you want in your sauce, just to make it taste good. Whatever you want to your own liking. So the next thing I'm going to put in is some salt. And depending on how much sauce you have in the pot would determine how much seasoning you need. Because if you have a little bit of sauce, you're not going to use a lot of seasoning compared to if you have a lot of sauce in your pot. So the next thing that I'm going to use in there is some curry. I love some good old curry powder, and I am going to put some in there. I love me some curry seasoning, some curry. So I love curry, so I'm just gonna, that's why I put in a lot in there, because I love me some curry. Alright, so the next thing we're gonna put in there is some good old cayenne pepper to spice things up, and I love spicy food. And I'm not gonna put a lot of spice in here because I'm making it for people that don't eat a lot of spice. So that's all I'm gonna put. I'm not gonna make it spicy at all. And I think that's it. And then you kind of like stir it together. Stir it together real good. And then when you're done, you put it on low heat. I'm gonna put it on like maybe 3 and let it simmer. And like I always say, maybe like 10 minutes from now, open up your pot and taste your soup to make sure. That's how you're going to know if it's done or not. Because I can't really tell you to leave it on the stove for like 15 or 20 minutes. I'm not sure what kind of stove you have. That's why I always say check your food every time you cook and taste your food as you go. That will give you an idea if your food is done or not. And if you taste it as you cook your food, you would know if you need a little bit of more salt, a little bit of more pepper, whatever it is, a little bit of more seasoning. That's how you're going to know what you need in your food, because that's why you have to taste your food as you go. Hopefully this makes sense, okay? Alright. So now, it looks like my sauce is completely done. And how I know that is, I tasted it. Like I've said multiple times, you have to taste your food. And I've checked up on the sauce while it's cooking on the stove multiple times. I opened up the pan, stirred it around, tasted it to make sure it tasted good, and it did. And finally now it's all done. And from this big batch of sauce that I made. I'm going to, from there, I'm going to take a little part of it and make, finish up the gizzard that I'm making. And then the rest, I'm going to use it for the chicken. So there's going to be 2 videos posted. The chicken recipe and the easy chicken and the easy gizzard recipe.